Hi people, it's me, Anja, my pronouns all she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new video. I hope this video serves as a reminder to support Indigenous authors and their books, and also to continue to diversify your bookshelf in general. So anyway, without any further ado, the first book on this list is called Royal Girl Unearthed. This story is a YA contemporary thriller, and technically it's a companion novel to the author's previous book, but I think both books can be read as standalones. I think the main character and the main character of the previous book are related because they're grandmother and granddaughter, I think. This book is set in modern day and the previous one is technically a historical fiction. But again, both books can be read as standalones because that's how I read them. But anyway, this story is a YA contemporary thriller following a young Indigenous main character who's determined to bring her ancestor home to her tribe, if that makes any sense. This story is absolutely so excellent and it's so well done. The world building is so good. I love stories about like rediscovering lost history, especially considering the fact that like Indigenous people have had to endure so much assimilation and racism over the past years and decades and centuries and everything. Like, this book is excellent. The plot and the mystery were so intriguing and so engaging. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. The plot is awesome. This book is absolutely so amazing and it's so necessary. The representation is top notch. This book is so good. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Those Pink Mountain Nights. This story is a YA contemporary following 3 Indigenous main characters who all want to save their local business, and they are also all co-workers, so the local business that they are each trying to save is also their job, or their current job, you know what I mean? This book is so good. Out of all the books on this list, this book is definitely the most like slice of life, contemporary type of story, whereas the majority of the books on this list are more like thrillers, you know what I mean? But anyway, this book was so good. It was so awesome. I really enjoyed the characters, the character dynamics, the friendships, the queer representation. The plot was intriguing too. This book is just really good. The perspectives worked so well. I would say this book is definitely my favorite by the author, considering that I rated the book before this in publication order, I rated that book, The Summer of Bitter and Sweet, like 3 stars, and then I DNF'd their latest book, A Constellation of Minor Bales, which was on my September TBR. But anyway, this book was so good. I just really appreciated and loved like the culture and the characters and the dynamics with each other. This book is so good. I just really enjoyed it. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Looking for Smoke. This story is a YA contemporary thriller following 4 Indigenous main characters after one of their own is murdered. This story is absolutely so fantastic and it's so good. I love multiple perspectives and I love following characters who are each trying to clear their name while also trying to solve the mystery themselves, if that makes any sense. Like, the Indigenous culture was so good and so well done. The mystery was so engaging. The plot was so intriguing. Each of the character perspectives felt like such real people, if that makes any sense, because they each felt so well developed and so distinct, and I just loved it so much. The perspectives worked so well. The plot and the mystery, like I said, was so good. This book is absolutely so good. I'm so glad I read it because it's absolutely so underrated, and I think that more people need to talk about this book and need to talk about like the culture and the history and everything. This book is excellent and I really enjoyed it. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Saints of the Household. This story is a YA contemporary thriller mystery following 2 brothers after an act of violence in their small town. This story is absolutely so excellent and it's so well done. I think it's so important to discuss, like, if you live in a small town, the reputation that comes with having a parent with a bad reputation, you know what I mean? Like, how people associate you with your parent and what kind of person that you are, if that makes any sense. There's a trigger warning on this book that I should have mentioned at the beginning for domestic violence, particularly, and like abuse that comes from that. This book is absolutely so excellent and it's so good. The plot is so engaging. The perspectives worked so well. The writing is so pretty. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. And I understood the relationship between the two of them so well as them individually too. Like, I understood it and it was established and it's so good. This book is absolutely so excellent and it deserves all of its hype and so much more. The Indigenous representation is so excellent and it's so good. This book is excellent and I just really enjoyed it. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The last book on this list, and certainly not the least, is called The Flicker. This story is a middle-aged contemporary following two stepsisters who are looking for their native grandmother after a climate apocalypse. I think the story is absolutely so excellent and it's so well done. First of all, the setting came to life so much. I really appreciated the queer representation. I loved the theater kids. Like, I loved, like, the found family and the friendship. And also, like, the relationship between the sisters was done so well. I loved their perspectives. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. Each and every one of them, like I said, I loved the trans representation. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing, and I was so invested from the beginning to the end. This book is absolutely so fantastic and it's so good. I loved the community, the characters, the plot, the setting, like everything about it was so good. The world building is excellent. This book deserves so much more hype. It's so good. I loved the Indigenous representation as well. Anyway, all that to say, this book was really good and I would highly recommend it. So in conclusion, I hope this video helps diversify your bookshelf. And if you enjoyed it, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the mushroom emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. And thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!